Thank you. I very thank you for being patient with me. We got started a little late because of the weather. I want to say it's great to be here today. And I want to say welcome all my white brothers and sisters. White power. White power. White power. White power. White power. I said, man, this brother is. What's wrong with this brother? He's putting his fist up in the air and saying white power. It's kind of strange, isn't it? Kind of strange. People get this, see this DVD, they're gonna be like, this brother's crazy. All right. The reaction that I will get is that the reaction that I have gotten is that I am crazy. Why? Why is that? Because we've been conditioned and socialized to the distorted meaning of white person. We've been conditioned that the meaning of white person means Caucasian or European, and that is not the meaning of the term. I have the legal meaning of free white person from the Black's Law Dictionary, 4th edition, revised version. Take one, pass round. And I want someone to read the legal meaning of the term free white person.
Free white person.
Yes, stand up.
Islam. Free white persons. Free white persons referred to in Naturalization Act as amended by Act July 14, 1870, has meaning naturally given to it when first used in 1 Statute 103(c)(3), meaning all persons belonging to the European races then commonly counted as white and their descendants, including such descendants in other countries to which they have immigrated. It includes all European Jews more or less intermixed with people of Celtic, Scandinavian, Teutonic, Iberian, Latin, Greek, and Slavic descent. It includes Magyars, Lapps, and Finns, and the Basques and Albanians. It includes the mixed Latin, Celtic, Iberian, and Moorish inhabitants of Spain and Portugal, the mixed Greek, Latin, Phoenician, and North African inhabitants of Sicily, and the mixed Slav and Tatar inhabitants of South Russia. It does not mean Caucasian race, Aryan race, or Indo-European races, nor the mixed Indo-European, Dravidian, Semitic, and Mongolian peoples who inhabit Persia. A Syrian of Asiatic birth and descent will not be entitled to become a naturalized citizen of the United States as being a free white person. Ex parte Shahid. With the reading.
Now we read, it includes, the section where it reads, it includes. Read that slowly.
It includes all European Jews more or less intermixed with peoples of Celtic, Scandinavian, Teutonic, Iberian, Latin, Greek, and Slavic descent. It includes Magyars, Lapps, and Finns, and the Basques and Albanians. It includes the mixed Latin, Celtic, Iberian, and Moorish inhabitants of Spain and Portugal, the mixed Greek, Latin, Phoenician, and North African inhabitants of Sicily, and the mixed Slav and Tatar inhabitants of South Russia.
All right. Thank you. It does not mean Caucasian or European. But what does it mean? Sovereign, ruler, landowner. So in the Naturalization Act of 1871, the distorted meaning was put in there and projected to the society. And given that this colorful meaning. So we're going to learn, I'm going to teach you methods of how to detect colorful meaning of words. I'm going to teach you strategies so that you can apply them in your everyday life and teach your family, your coworkers, your friends. And that will you be in turn be more powerful and more confident in your delivery. That's what I'm going to do. This lecture is titled The Social and Political Impact of Etymology. And so I just wanted to, give you, a little shock. Now, most of you already knew, that, knew the meaning of the term free white person. So let's look at that. Let's look at white supremacy, white supremacist, and white supremacy. Anyone? We already know that it doesn't mean Caucasian or European. But we have gotten that feeling, that emotional anxiety that we get when we hear, these terms. Because we associate the meaning to be European or Caucasian. So that's very important. So let's look at Mother Nature. You have this. You have the signs. Put it you like it. Actually, put it on the map. You want the map? Yeah. Let's talk about how we were socialized into these terms and color only. A lot of our people experience this socialization. Whenever we went into a restroom which read white only, what happened?
We turn around. Aren't allowed that most of the time.
But if we went in there, what would happen?
Feet.
All right. See how we were socialized to accept this? They burned through massive book burnings in the 14 and 1500s during the heyday of the Inquisition. We were forced into illiteracy. No knowledge of the history, culture, the heritage, our nationality and birthright. Not knowing where to go. Not knowing the legal meaning of the term colored person. A lot of our people, particularly the elders, get uncomfortable, would get uncomfortable if you attempt to explain to them that they are indeed white. Why? Because of the emotional connection, that feeling, the beat down. So this is what you're going to have to deal with when you begin to explain the etymology of words. That you want to you have to get through that, and I'm going to, hopefully I'll be able to give you some support in dealing with that emotional impact. And so we're looking at words and the emotion connected to it. All right? White only, color only. A conversation I had yesterday with a coworker. He approached me and wanted to engage in a discussion about Donna McNabb's comments relating to T.O. And Donna McNabb made a comment that T.O.'s comment was like black on black crime. McNabb's statement is false. McNabb's statement is false. We know what he means, but the statement is false. And I explained that to my European co-worker. Why it's false? Because it's like white on white crime. Not black on black crime. White on white crime. When someone approaches you and attempts to engage you into discussion using colorful language, how do you respond? Because if they set a foundation, a premise based on deceptive and colorful meaning of words, and you engage into that discussion, you're acquiescing to that colorful language. You must remember, the colorful meaning of terms have been interjected into the society. So what we have to learn how to do is unearth, dig, and get to the purity of the word. The meaning of the word never changes. What happens is it's layered and layered and layered with distorted, deceptive meanings, what they call connotations. And the connotations become the denotative meaning, and they're placed in the dictionary. And so since we have not been taught how to properly use a dictionary, what do we do? How have we been instructed or given a limited instruction on using the dictionary? All right? The paper, thank you very much. May I have one of the children up here? We're going to look at spelling. I'm giving you some spelling words. Give you a list of spelling words for homework. List of spelling words for homework. Meat. September. October. November. December. All right. Haru, come up here, please. You're going to look up meat for us. That's part of your homework. And you're going to look up September. Look up meat right now. You're going to remain up here, Haru. Remain up here. Give us the meaning of. All right. September. So let's talk about how we've been indoctrinated. I'm going to show you. All right. Meat. Got folks holding this down. October. Dollar. We have meat. We have September. All right, when we September.
September as being the 7th month of the Roman year, which began with March, the 9th month of the year containing 30 days.
All right. So teacher tells you, no, you write that down. September, the 9th month of the year. All right. Meat.
Meat, preferred to supply with food or provender, to partake a food.
To supply with food. Like, read this one here.
Food, in general, usually solid food in tradition.
Yeah, in contradistinction
Contradistinction
to drink.
to drink.
All right. Now, edible parts of fruit.
Parts of fruit, bale, also fig, the edible part of the person, the pulp, kernel, yolk, and right, etc.
All right. Can when someone look up meat in, I gave someone a dictionary. You look up meat there. Look up meat in that dictionary. All right. October. Where's October? All right. Give me October.
Okay. The 10th month of the Gregorian calendar, October has 31 days. Says see calendar.
All right. So October is the 10th month of the year. So you write that down. October, 10th of the year. Your homework. Spelling this. All right. November. Anyone has November? Any more dictionaries?
I have,
You have a dictionary?
I do.
All right.
I have November,
Yes.
the 11th month of the year.
All right. November is the 11th month of the year. All right. So you write November. It's your homework. 11th month of the year. All right. Yeah, like this is your homework. You know, you gotta hand your work. You know, work in. You gotta do the work. All right. So you want to get ahead. All right. December. Get someone else. I'm gonna pass the book around. This is lecture / class. This is Ahmed, and I talked about December. How to do this lecture / class, and so it's gonna be interactive. Get you involved because I want you to be able to take what I'm giving you and improve on it and teach others. So I'm demonstrating. All right. Those who will be purchasing the DVD, all right, will do the same. December. Meat. Yes.
The edible flesh of mammals, as distinguished from that of fish or poultry, any edible flesh, crab meat, edible flesh cooked and prepared to be eaten, the edible of something, the meat of the editorial, the edible of something, yes, the meat of the editorial, slang, something that one enjoys or excels in.
When you read the first entry level meaning, all right, and you read the second one.
Right.
How many entry level
7.
meanings?
And this is
All right,
the,
7 entry level meanings.
uh-huh.
All right, read the first one again.
The edible flesh of mammals, as distinguished from that of fish or poultry.
All right. So you write that down.
But here's a good one too. It says number 7, anything eaten for nourishment, food.
All right. Great point. The general public, what definition would they most likely write as homework?
Number one.
Number one.
What was number one?
The edible flesh of mammals as distinguished from that of fish or poultry.
All right, so you write number one. All right. Number seven, because number seven is the correct definition. Number seven. You see how they made number seven? You have the first entry level, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, number seven. Number seven is the meaning of the word. So I'm going to show you the trick. I'm going to show you the dumb down. I'm going to show you how it's done. They slide in. They mix truth with falsehood. They have the etymology in the brackets and the entry level meaning, which is number seven for me, which is the etymology of the word. They give you the couple meanings. Number one. Number one stands out. So when you see number one psychologically, what does that mean? The first meaning, what does that mean to you?
The most substantive meaning.
Come on. Say it again, Brother Rahim.
The most substantive
Meaning. The most important. All right? Number one, the most important. So you pay attention to that psychologically. Oh, number one. All right? Number seven. It's number seven. You know, all these meetings I got to go through, man. So see how we've been dumbed down? All right?
Also, I'd like to note, even doing these spelling tests and things like in school, the teacher assigns a group of words, and we all need to do our spelling words.
Yes.
But I really want to get finished before him, and she's trying to get finished before me, so we have been trained, first word we see, write the definition down.
Yes.
I know for me, I would never
Yes.
even read straight through, I just
Yes.
want to beat you.
Exactly.
So over the course of time, that's how I use with the words and with everything else, and then we miss the real meaning on things.
Absolutely. We're not educated to the proper meaning of words. All right? We've been given a couple statements like, oh, the words are old, you know what I mean? We gotta move on, you know, it's 2006 now, so we gotta move on. You know, we can't deal with, 500 years ago. You know, we can't deal with 1,000 years ago, 2,000 years ago. You know what I mean? Those people are dead and gone. You know what I mean? Things change. You know? So we room to that. Throw away these old books. Let me throw this in the trash. 1950. That's trash. With 1865 dictionary, oh, that's trash. 1865? Man, nobody living around today. Why bother with that? Man, you gotta get up to date, Brother Bey. You gotta get current. You need current information. Alright? So see how we're misguided to that false thinking? We're not even in the mindset of looking at ancient meaning of words. It's not even part of our thinking. But it's going to become part of our thinking. If we want to rule again, we have to get to that go back to that state of mind of our forefathers, ancient divine creed that we may learn to love it today. So we got to go back to that state of mind. And this is the etymology of words takes us back to that state of mind, that ancient state of mind. Because in the words lie the understanding of the culture, the heritage. And I'm going to show you how words reveal to you the social status of society. Meaning of words don't change. All right? Number, can I get dollar? Dollar.
$1.
I want everyone to look, I want you and someone else who hasn't gotten a chance. Dollar. Everyone who has a dictionary, I want you to look up dollar. Right? So we know strategy. I'm going to we're gonna get into, I'm gonna get more specific, show you how this is done. All right?
A dog.
Good job.
Shortened form
Thank you. Good job.
of Joachim Sailor.
Oh, you going to, oh, you're educated. You're educated.
So-called from Joachim.
All right. But I want you to read, I want you to read the etymology. I don't want you to read the etymology. I want you to go to the first entry-level meaning. I want you to read the
Okay.
entry-level meanings. We're going to skip the etymology because this is not, most of us are not schooled in that. We all are, but the genocide is not. All right, so we're going to go to entry-level meaning first. All right, number one.
The monetary unit of the United States equal to 100 cents.
All right. Monetary, read number two.
The standard monetary unit of various other countries as of Canada, Australia, Liberia, Ethiopia, etc.
Read. All right. Number two, number three.
The Mexican peso.
Mexican peso. Number four.
Any of several monetary units used only in trade as the British Hong Kong dollar.
Number five.
A coin or piece of paper money of the value of a dollar.
Read number five again.
A coin or piece of paper money of the value of a dollar.
All right, let me stop there. All right, number five. And what dictionary is that?
Webster's Dictionary unabridged.
What year? Webster's Dictionary unabridged. Webster's Dictionary unabridged. Hey. That's 1950. 1954, 50,
55.
55. Read number five again, please.
A coin or piece of paper money
A
of the
coin.
value of a dollar.
A coin or piece of paper money. A coin or piece of paper money. Is there number six?
A Spanish coin, piece of 8, used in American Revolutionary times.
A Spanish coin. Number six is a Spanish coin. Number seven?
That's it, it's number 7.
All right, someone else? Someone else?
The one that I have is a gold coin. A gold coin of the United States containing 23.22 grams of gold and 2.58 grams of alloy, and having a total weight of 25.8 grams, 9/10 fine. It is no longer coin. It's the definition of a dollar.
That's the first, is that the first entry level meaning?
No, this is number
Read number one. What dictionary are you reading from?
1861.
1861.
Webster.
1861 Webster's Dictionary. All right? 1861 Webster's Dictionary. The first level, entry level meaning is number one.
The one that I just read.
Is that, you said that was two.
Oh, you want number one? Number one is a silver coin of the United States containing 371.25 grains of silver.
Number two.
A coin of the same general weight and value, though different slightly in different countries, current in Mexico, Canada, parts of South America, also Spain, and several other European countries.
Sister YG, you want to come up here and read that again? It's very important. This is 1861. 1861. 1861 Webster's Dictionary. We're going to see the dumb down. Right? This is the oldest dictionary that's in this room right now. 1861. Next one is 1936. Webster's Dictionary, 1936. All right. We got 1954, Oxford English Dictionary. All right. Sit down.
Oh, I'm fine. First definition again,
Yes.
is a silver coin
A silver coin
of the United States containing 371.25 grains of silver and 41.25 grains of alloy, and that having a total weight of 412.5 grains. A gold coin of the United States,
Number 2.
that's all part of number one. Number two?
Yes.
Number two is a coin of the same general weight and value, though differing slightly in different countries, current in Mexico, Canada, parts of South America, and in Spain, and several other European countries. Number three. Number three, the value of a dollar, the unit commonly employed in the United States in reckoning money values.
Number 4.
That's the only one they
All right. Great. This is 1861. And the definition and the entry level meaning. One, this is the entry level meaning. Your etymology is in your brackets. Can you see that, Brother Rahim? Do I need to use a darker color? Can you see that on the screen?
Should I read it?
Darker always helps.
Yes. All right. Thank you. I'm going to use black. Your etymology is placed in the brackets. This is where we have not been taught to look. All right? In this 1861 Webster's English Dictionary, all 3 entry-level meanings are correct. All 3 are correct. They give you a lot of information in this 1861. Now you'll see the watered down as you go into other dictionaries. The older ones give you the solid information. Let's look at another dictionary. Dollar.
Okay. This is 1969.
1969, what dictionary?
The American Heritage Dictionary of the English Language.
All right, American Heritage Dictionary of the English Language, all right?
Dollar. Number 1.
Number 1.
The basic monetary unit of the United States, Australia, Canada, Ethiopia, Guyana, Liberia, Malaysia, New Zealand, Trinidad and Tobago, Western Samoa, and of Hong Kong and Singapore, equal to 100 cents. See table of exchange rates at currency.
Is that the number 1? As you read,
That's number 1.
all right. Just let us know. You go
Okay.
number 2. Say
Number 2. This is number 2, a
Yes.
coin or note worth $1. And then there is a brackets.
A coin or a note.
Yes,
This
worth.
is the
this
American
is number-
Heritage Dictionary. A coin or note, that's number 2, right?
Yes,
A coin or note.
worth $1. Worth $1.
Do y'all see the color now? All right.
And then it has brackets, and it says Low German Dollar DA.
That's the etymology.
Etymology,
We're going to
okay.
skip that for now.
Okay, all right.
We'll skip that for now.
Okay,
Yeah, all right.
that's it.
You see how the linguists, the lexicographers, our good old lexicographers, the good old friends, our good old lexicographers, those are ones who put the dictionaries together. You see how what they do? They place truth with falsehood. They interjected the distorted meaning. A note. From what dictionary? This is the American Heritage Dictionary of the English language. And what dictionary did you read from?
Webster's Dictionary.
This is Webster's. What year? 1950. 55. This is what, 1969, right? 1969.
1969.
1969 American. We're gonna deal with that too. The colorable. The title of the book is colorable. We're gonna deal with that later on. American Heritage Dictionary. All right. American Heritage Dictionary. All right. This is Webster's, 1955. A coin or a piece of paper money. See how they mix the truth with the falsehood. They slowly interjected paper money. A note. See the dumb down. See the process and how it's interjected, put it in the dictionary. And what do the children do? They write this down. Yeah, $1. Yeah, piece of paper money. Yeah. I'm handing my spelling. Here's my spelling words. You know what I mean? Man, I gotta hand my spelling words in. I gotta hand my spelling words in. All right. As I hand my spelling words in, put this back on. Can someone hand my test in for me, my spelling words, to the teacher? All right, teacher, you have my spelling words. All right, I'm gonna get an A. You know? One of my co-workers said to me, Brother Bey, if the students write down the proper meaning of words and hand them in, how would they be graded? How would they be graded? You gotta understand that the Inquisitionists controlled the schools.
Yes.
So the child definitely would be under a lot of pressure because the teacher is in a situation to maintain the status quo. The Inquisitionists dumbed down status quo. All right? The teacher, or as they call themselves, you know, may not be astute. So Haru writes down definition of dollar, uses 1861 dictionary, right? In the teacher's mind, you know, dollar is paper money. You know what I mean? Where you coming from, Haru? Dollar is paper money. You know, I got a $5 bill in my pocket. All right. So we're being dumbed down, generation after generation after generation, and we can't, under no circumstance, acquiesce to the lie. The meaning of the word is what it is. The meaning of the word is what it is. So I'm teaching you skills and showing you how to detect colorful meanings. So when you always use the brackets as your base. That's your etymology. All right? $1.
Do it.
Yes.
You keep saying colorful. Can you just say what colorful?
Oh, thank you, brother. Yes. Now I'm going to explain that term. You know, let me tell you what. I'm going to explain that term later. All right. Colorful means fraud.
I think because for the
fake. Yes.
Yeah, some people don't even know what.
Absolutely. Colorful means fraud, fake. I'm going to break that down too. Deceptive, misleading, misguiding. All right. Appearance to be real, underhandedness. all right, etymologically means to hide or conceal. That's what color means. So when I say color, I mean the deceptive, misleading, misrepresentative meaning of words. That's the etymology of the word color. All right? Thank you, Brother Raheem. Tyler, we're going to erase this. So we all know that how we've been dumbed down. My $5 in my pocket. All right, the modern spelling you see today. All right, this is German. All right, we're going to get in later on and show you how the TH and D are related. All right, this is the modern spelling, dollar. This means a silver coin, as we all know. It's a place in Bohemia where the silver coin was mined. It's a mine in Bohemia. All right, so understand, going for the etymology, you know that it's a silver coin. 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 So, is this a coin? We know there's a coin. Coin. So, this can't be a dollar. Because it's paper. This is not a coin. And paper is not minted. You can't mint the word. The word mint means to strike metal. Is this metal? No. So paper can't be minted at any mint because the word mint, the word mint does not match this. Let's look up mint. M-I-N-T. Yes.
They do produce that at a place that they've named.
Oh, come on. Let's go. Here we go. Now we're going to
Right
get educated. Let's get educated now. Mint. I want someone, we're going to look up mint now.
So the dollar coin, you know the coin, that's a dollar.
Yes. Silver dollar, gold dollar. Yes.
Yes, the dollar. That is better than the dollar bill.
That is the real dollar.
All right.
Not the,
Come on.
I know silver is
All right.
better than the fiat. I'm saying the fiat dollar, is the coin better than the fiat dollar to have?
All right. We're going to answer that. We're going to answer that.
Can we pay close attention to conjunctions when discovering, when they're mixing falsehood with truth? Should we pay close attention to conjunctions?
We can do my and, or, but, nor, or.
Yeah.
We're going to have a grammar section
Okay.
of this lecture. All right? A grammar section.
We got it.
Yes. I want you to hold that question.
Okay.
All right? What I didn't answer the question because I want you to answer the question.
Okay.
All right? I'm challenging myself that I can deliver this in a manner that will give you enough to answer your own question. If you can't answer that question, then I'm not doing my job. I am putting a burden on myself. I'm challenging myself. All right? Yes. Mint.
Okay. The American Heritage Dictionary of the English Language, 1969.
Mint, a place where the coins of a country are manufactured by authority or the government to an abundant amounts or repository, especially of money. He is worth a mint. 3. Anything that may be exploited or a source of money or ideas. A mint of useful ideas.
Number 4.
Got one again.
It has one again.
So that's a B1. Roman numeral B. Okay. Roman numeral 2, number 1. All right. Yes.
Produce money by stamping metal to
Stop.
coin.
Let's read that again.
To produce money by stamping metal to coin.
Produce money by stamping. Stamping what?
Metal.
Hold on. Just a moment. Man, I'm not the most intelligent natural person in the world, but this isn't metal. There's a place called the United States Mint. Mint. Wasn't this mint that there? Mint. I went to the Mint once, you know, when I was at school, and they showed me, and they was running something like this off, paper. They was running paper off. They was running paper off in the Mint building. Paper. What does Mint mean again?
To produce money or stamping metal to coin.
Metal. All right. So see it. So mint. 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 See, socialize into the color, into the fraudulent meaning of words. All right. Children are taken to the mint on class trips.
That's right.
The word mint is associated with this paper. Mint. Paper. Mint. Paper. You socialize from childhood into the colorful, dumbed down meaning of words. See how it's done?
Condition.
The condition. So now what we have to do is learn the skills to unearth the proper meaning and have the tools to deliver this to our children and our people. All right? Any questions? Comments? Now, what is better? All right. Why did you ask that question? Why did you pose your question?
I asked the question.
What's okay.
I asked the question.
Rephrase it, ask the question again, all right, as a reminder.
I asked the question because I know the fiat is not real, the
All right.
dollar bill.
All right.
So, and I know the coin is better to use. So really I answered my question.
Exactly. So you know that this is not real, all right? I can guess why you asked that. It's because this is accepted. You go to stores, you go car dealerships, grocery stores, restaurants, and this is all you handle. So credibility is given to this, because this is all they handle. You know, you go with a gold dollar, you know, go purchase a Mercedes-Benz with 10 gold dollars. Well, they take that. You know, that's a lawful medium of exchange. All right? And so I think that's why you asked the question. Is that we've been socialized as a society in using fiat currency. So you asked the question, which one is better? I think you meant to say, why, Brother Bey, has this been interjected into society? Is that what you really meant to ask? Is that what you really meant to ask?
It's wrong.
All right. Because we already know which is better, fake or falsehood, truth or falsehood,
Let me think about it.
real or fake. All right, so would you rather have an artificial, would you rather have artificial plants throughout your house or live plants throughout your house? Which one is better? Artificial plants we're going scientific now. Scientifically speaking, are it better to have live plants in your house or artificial plants in your house? All right. Is it better to have real money circulating in society or fake, colorable money? All right. So that's why I say you can answer your own question. All right.
I just thought I didn't add with the dumbing down. As a child, if my mother sent me to the store with $1, it was okay. But at the end of the month, when money was running out and she would give me coins, you already start to think like, I don't want anybody to think we're poor. So, you know, the psychological effect was we only have change, which is lawful, de jure finance now. But that was just part of the dumbing down process. I'd rather have a paper dollar that really meant nothing. When your mother give you change, you go to the store, you're half embarrassed. You don't really even want to spend it.
Absolutely.
Part of the dumbing down.
Because we've been forced. This is general society has been forced to handle this. This has been interjected into society. So we said, let's look at the term dollar bill. What is a dollar bill? Dollar bill. I want you to before you speak, I want you to really think about what I'm asking you. Dollar bill. Dollar bill. What is this? What's a dollar bill?
Debt.
It's a dollar bill.
Federal Reserve note.
A dollar bill is a Federal Reserve note. Anybody else?
I could also say that from what I know of a bill, not just as a layperson, what I know of a bill is I owe you. So if I owe you $1, I think I want to say debt. World Bank debt, I mean big time debt. Just we think now there's a paper dollar bill. But I'm thinking back to 1913 during the time of bankruptcy, bill.
You're getting it. You're going there now. Now you're using the skills now. You're using the skills. All right?
It is a debt note.
A dollar bill is a debt note. All right? Let me help you out just a little bit.
It is also a promissory note.
All right? I want you to look at this word and this word. Put together, creating a term. But I want you to, what you do, this is what you do. You define each word separately. Define dollar.
A note.
Define dollar. All right. All right, define bill. You have to be able to break things down into its common denominator. Analyze sentences. Be able to break it down to its common denominator. Analyze words. All right, so I'm giving you skills. Bill, what's a bill?
Bank note. Or a piece of paper money.
Bank note, World Bank.
A banknote or a piece of paper money? All right.
They have so many of them.
Now you have here paper. So what's this? These markers. These are new. Paper money. Paper money? That's an oxymoron, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Paper money. Is there any paper money? We know what money is. We already know that money is gold and silver coins, so how can it be paper money? See,
It's fraud.
I'm showing you, and I'm glad we're having this, how they introduce, I don't want to use they, how the symbolographers, the European reconstructors of history, introduced a new term to you, paper money. There's no such thing as paper money. Paper money does, you cannot show me. I'll challenge anyone to show me paper money. And I'll break the word down etymologically to show you that's an oxymoron. That's what I want you to get to. I want to teach you how to think, teach you the skills, so that you can take any word and be able to see the color in it, unveil the color, and get to the truth, the essence of the word, which is the etymology. But we have been casually using paper money versus real money. But this is an oxymoron. This is an oxymoron. What is an oxymoron?
Something that doesn't make sense.
All right?
Saying the same contradiction.
Contradiction. The word bill is short for the term bill of exchange. The entire term is bill of exchange. In commercial law, you study bills of exchange.
I have that definition. Bill of
Yes,
exchange.
please.
Well, this is from the Webster 1861.
Webster's 1861 dictionary.
Bill of exchange.
Bill of exchange.
A written order or request from one person or house to another, desiring the latter to pay to the same person designated a certain sum of money therein named and charge it to the account of the drawer.
Right. So
Read again.
read the first part of the definition again.
Bill of exchange from Webster's Dictionary, 1861, a written order or request from one person or house to another.
Let's stop there. A written order or request. So you don't write on, do you write on coins? You know what you write on coins. You know that? You don't write on coins. So let's get you to think there. So continue.
A written order or request from one person or house to another, desiring the latter to pay to the same person designated a certain sum of money therein named and charge it to the account of the drawer.
So an IOU.
And out pretty much.
An IOU. All right. So we know that.
Agreed upon.
Yeah, we know that $1 is an IOU. And I'm doing this light so that light can shine on y'all. I want to see y'all are important. You know, I don't want to get all the attention, so when he turns the camera, I want the light to shine on y'all so everybody all over the country can see y'all. All right?
Over the world.
Yes. Yes. All right, so you know what? That this is oxymoron, dollar bill and paper money. All right? So we looked at, let's talk about some general principles now. There's 3 classifications into which a word acquires a new meaning. 3 classifications in which a word acquires a new meaning. Brother Bey, how does words get new meanings? What's the science of that? What's the study of analyzing new meaning of words, adopted meaning of words, century by century? How do you do that? That's called semantics. Semanticists will study how a word acquires new meaning. 1600, 1700, meaning that it acquired. 1800 is the meaning that it acquired. 1900, 2000. So doing maybe 500 years, 600 years, maybe 1,000 year process of studying. An etymologist, on the other hand, goes to the history of the word and its original meaning and use. So you have an etymologist and a semanticist. All right? 3 classifications. 1 classification is expansion. It's called expansion or extension. Second classification, restriction. Excuse my pet. Third classification, transfer of meaning. Meat. What does meat mean?
The essence or inner core of a edible thing.
What does meat mean? When I say what does meat mean, I want the etymology of the word now. What does meat mean? An edible, the essence or core. The essence or core, and I thank you, Raheem, for that. We're gonna talk about how that meaning, all right, has been given. All right? The essence, or the essence, what was that again? The essence or?
The essence or core
Core.
of an edible thing.
An edible thing. All right? Well, grapes are edible.
That's right.
And I don't see people referring to grapes as meat. Peanuts are edible. In fact, if I said I was eating peanuts, man, you like, oh, this meat is good. People look at me like I'm crazy. Why is that? I'm eating grapes. Man, this meat is delicious. Huh? That ain't meat. What does meat mean?
Essence or core of an edible thing.
What does meat mean?
Food.
All right, food. All right, so let's use our skills. We can go to the dictionary, and we're gonna look where? We're gonna look at the brackets, right? And what does the brackets give us?
The original meaning.
The original meaning. Does the brackets give us the essence or core of an edible thing? Or it reads food. Food. Meat means food. All right? So we know.
Somebody got it?
Someone has.
The bracket says the beef back.
The bracket?
Meat. The bracket says meat.
M-E-D. All right. Old English spelling. All right. M-E-T. The D and T are transliterations. All right. I'm going to show you how the D and T are related in sound. So you're looking at letter D and the letter T. They're called transcriptions or transliteration of letters. All right. So M-E-D. All right. That's Old English spelling. But yes. I just wanted to explain that. M-E-D-E. The D and T. What else did they give us?
Oh, they also
Right in the bracket.
in the bracket, it also gives actually that's all I have in brackets.
All right, someone else? M-E-T, M-E-A-T, meat. Someone else? M-E-A-T, meat.
Just what's in the bracket?
Yes, just what's in the
I
bracket.
think the O-E is Old English. The word I have here is M-E-T-E. I didn't know
All right,
that.
M-E-T-E, yes.
I also have in the bracket fruit.
Fruit.
And M-U-S-H, mush.
All right.
That's in the bracket.
That's all you have there?
And the bracket, you want what the first definition is, or
no.
just what's in the bracket?
That's what's in the brackets. You have, the Oxford American Heritage Dictionary, meat. So that was fruit, so we know that meat, that fruit is meat. Fruit is meat.
All right, you want the brackets?
Just the brackets, yes.
Okay. American Heritage Dictionary says M-E-T, meat, Middle English, means food. Meat
right.
in Old English means food.
All right, food. All right, so meat means food. Meat means food. So let's look at this process here. The word meat means food. It has been given a restricted meaning. What does that mean? The category, the general category of food. You have your general category of food, which includes flesh, fruits, vegetables, grains, all right? What happens is those categories, the only category that is used now is flesh. So that's what's called a restriction. General meaning, food, to specific or specialized meaning. It's called restriction or specification. All right? So we got now food, flesh. So people only refer to meat as flesh. General category to a specific category. Any questions? Does anyone understand? Any questions before I move on? You understand the general category? Fruits, vegetables, grain, all that's meat. They X'd out fruit, vegetable, grain, nuts, and restricted it to flesh. That's a process. And when you go through these, and once you understand this, all right, once you understand this, then you will be able to pick, oh, now I see the entry-level meanings. Now I know what they did. Entry-level meanings are the 1, 2, 3, number 4, number 5, number 6. May have about 15 definitions. All right? But if you don't start with your foundation, which is the etymology, you're lost. You need your compass and your square. Your compass and square is here. This is your compass and the square right here. That's your guiding point. That's your guiding point in any discussion. That's your guiding point when you listen to the news. That's your guiding point when you're teaching your children. That's your guiding point when you're teaching your people. You do never, ever, ever move off of that. You don't allow someone to say, well, meaning the words change. We're in a new time. You stand solid on the etymology of the word. And that's your guiding point. Then you what? Oh, that's colorful. Oh, that's colorful. Oh, that's colorful. Oh, that's distorted. But if you don't know this, you won't be able to do this. All right? So I'm showing you the process in which words are distorted. This is a specific process. Expansion or extension, restriction or specification, or transfer of meaning. Another word, slave. What does slave mean? I'm teaching you skills. Because it doesn't do me any good to say this word means this word means that. You got to learn principles so that you can able to determine any word. 400,000 words you can deal with. You can deal with 400, 500,000 words. Once you learn the skills, prefix, suffix, roots, understand that it's not complicated. It's understanding fundamental principles. It's not complicated, and I will show you that it's not complicated. All right? I will be doing this on March 11th. This is a class. I'm doing this as a lecture, but it's a class format. And I'm doing it this way because Brother Mayor wanted me to do this on a weekly basis, but because I teach at Temple University, I'm not able to do that. So we sat down and said, how will we be able to do this? And so let's do a lecture, do it once a month, and I'll do it in a class format, get the people involved. You know, we take, and so that people can duplicate what I'm presenting, all right, and expand on it, all right? Slave. Slavic people. Slave means Slavic. All right? I have my boot back. Slave means Slavic. Everyone look up the term slave. Everyone has a dictionary. Who didn't have opportunity to look up the word? Just give everyone about. Brother Salim? Brother Salim got an Oxford English dictionary. Brother Salim. All right. Slave. Brother Salim, welcome. Slave. Welcome. Slide. I got some. All right, this is a good one, man. I'm going to erase this. Make sure you take this down. All right? Those who are watching this DVD, please write this down. All right?
Slave, a person belonging by race to a large group of people inhabiting Eastern Europe and comprising the Russians, Bulgarians, Serbo-Croats, Poles, Czechs, Moravians, and Wends, or Slovenes. That's number 1A.
That's number. Did you read the brackets? Did you read what's in the brackets? You will read it from what dictionary? Oxford English. 1955. Let's say we're gonna say the dictionary.
Origin, Sklav, or slave.
Right.
Sklavus, late German, later forms in correspondence, slave, Middle English, Slavians, and are closer to the old slave and Russian forms.
That's in the brackets.
That's in the brackets.
Read number 1 for me, please.
A person belonging by race to a large group of peoples inhabiting Eastern Europe and comprising the Russians, Bulgarians, Serbs, Croats, Poles, Czechs, Moravians, and Wends, or Slovenes.
All right, stop there. Someone, Oxford English Dictionary, read slave. I want you to read the entry-level meaning, number 1. Webster's Dictionary, 1955. I want you to read number 1. All right, I'm going to show you a pattern here. So you read Oxford English Dictionary, 1955 edition. Pay close attention to the entry-level meaning, number 1. That is the proper meaning of the term. Oxford English, read the dictionary. What dictionary are you reading from? Webster's. Read it. What year? 1955. Webster's 1955.
About the Slav.
No, read number 1.
Okay.
Number 1.
Bond servant. In the brackets?
Yes, no, not the brackets. Just read number 1. That's called the entry-level meaning.
Okay, bond servant.
Entry-level meaning, number 1.
Divested of all freedom and personal rights.
Human
being.
We can't. I can barely hear you.
A bond servant divested of all freedom and personal rights. A human being who is owned by and wholly subject to the will of another, as by capture, purchase, or birth.
Read number 1 again, Brother Salim. Oxford English Dictionary, 1955 edition. Number 1, first entry-level meaning.
A person belonging by race to a large group of peoples inhabiting Eastern Europe.
By race? By what? Huh? All right, now can we have another is that the entire one? Is that the entire definition?
A person belonging
entry-level
by race.
meaning.
Yes.
All right. Who has the 1861 Webster's Dictionary, 1861?
A person who is held in bondage to another.
Is that number 1?
Number 1.
For in 1861 Webster's?
This is not in the bracket, this is number 1.
Yeah, number 1.
Yes.
That's number 1. Entry-level meaning, yes.
A person who is held in bondage to another, and one who is wholly subject to the will of another, one who is held as chattel, as in chattel property, as chattel, one who has no freedom or action, but whose person and services are wholly under the control of another. Whose person?
The American Heritage Dictionary, 1969.
Slave, a noun, one bound in servitude to a person or household as an instrument of labor.
Who has another dictionary? Another dictionaries. All right, so we get the point. So we know the Oxford English Dictionary, 1955 edition, gave us the true meaning in the entry-level meaning. Now, the first entry-level meaning is the true, etymology means true, history, and real meaning. In the 1969 American Heritage Dictionary, entry-level meaning number 1 is a culpable meaning, deceptive meaning. The Webster's Dictionary, 1955 edition, is a culpable meaning, number 1. I'm surprised, 1861 Webster's Dictionary, first entry-level meaning is a culpable meaning, deceptive meaning. But Sister Nika.
Can you please qualify American and how you're using it?
Yes, I'm gonna American Heritage Dictionary. Yes, I will.
Right.
Let me finish this section. That's good. That's another section of the lecture of the class. All right. Let's look at it. Transfer of meaning. What does this mean? What this means is when a word loses its meaning into society. Not loses its meaning, meaning the word never is lost. When the general public, all right, is introduced, given a distorted meaning, and the general public is given the distorted meaning. So the original meaning of the word slave has been lost in the general public, the general discussion of the society. All right? That's called transfer of meaning. When its meaning is lost entirely. Because this is a people. That's a pedigree. How did it acquire the meaning that it has today? Let me rephrase that. How has it acquired the deceptive and distorted meaning? The Russians enslaved the Slavs. So the act of conquering, all right, came the meaning, the deceptive, distorted meaning. The act of the Slavs put in captivity by the Russians. That act became the meaning. That's not the meaning. The meaning is Slavic, one of Slavic descent. That's what a slave is. Let me give you some list of slave names. This is also distorted. You have Germanic family names and slave names. I have never met any branded Moor who uses the political appellations on political tags, Negro, color, black. I've never met anyone, a branded Moor with a slave name, using transacting business. I don't know any Brandon Moore who's transacting business in a slave name. Please let me know. So, do you know any Brandon Moores who transacting business in a slave name? Oh, I know Brandon Moores who transact business in Germanic family names, but not slave names. Now, what's a slave name? Give me examples of slave names, Brother Bay. These are examples of slave names. This is a slave name. It's a slave name. Man, how people on transacting business? Man, I don't remember. Man, jeez, this is wow. I mean, they got Smith, Jones, and Johnson, but I ain't. Wow. Jeez. Write these down, please. These are examples of slave names because when you're teaching, you want to have examples. All right? You want to have examples. You want to show them what a slave name is. I'm showing you. I came prepared. All right? All right, do you see? Are you getting an idea now? I'm writing that twice. I'll have a eraser next time. My eraser, I don't know what happened to it. All right, these are examples of slave names. Brother Bey, man, you dealing with semantics. No, I'm dealing with truth. I'm not, see, those statements like that, you know, someone says, oh, you just dealing with semantics. See, slave, you explain to someone that slave means Slavic. Oh, you're dealing with semantics. No, you're dealing with truth. Oh, yo, you're being technical. No, I'm being truthful. I'm not being technical, I'm being truthful. I'm being correct, not technical, I'm being correct and truthful. Yes.
How do you explain every nation has suffered slavery? How do you explain that?
All right.
With slavery having the suffix Slav or slave.
All right. Now, I said before, I'm going to respond this way. I would not be a good presenter if you can't answer that question. I'm going to present, see, I went to Angela and I, my woman, Angela and I went to a wine and cheese last night, and the one who was presenting was talking about different cheese and how they're manufactured and grown and all that. And he said what he learned in law school, is that it's not as important to get the answer, but how you get the answer. I mean, that teaching you methods of getting the answer. Whether the answer is right or wrong, but to teach you how to think. My job here today is to teach you how to think. So I'm not going to answer that question. I'm going to teach you how to think so that you can answer that question for yourself. Because if I can't do that, I'm not doing my job. I'm wasting my time here today. You may as well turn that DVD, the tape off, and I may as well leave right now. If I can't teach you how to think, because you want to be able to not only use that word, but any word that you see, 400,000 words. You want to be able to break down 400,000 words and be able to use the methods, the skills that I'm teaching you. Just take the principles that I'm teaching you and apply it to any word. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm teaching you what slave means. I'm showing you how to use the dictionary properly, all right? And I know that we use that term, slavery. I know that our people, and we know where the people are. We understand where the people are. We understand that when they read books, they see terms slavery. I understand that, all right? But what I'm teaching you is how to get to the original meaning of the word. That's where I'm coming from.
So you have to come
And going back to the three socializing
classification in which the words acquire new meaning.
Right, acquire a new
and
meaning.
They are, what are they? Help them out.
expansion
and extinction. Expansion or extension. Restriction, number 2. And transfer meaning. Wow, this is good.
All right, I have a question. I don't
Yes.
know, it might throw me into the same position of the brother. I need to learn again. So the question is, what came first, slave or Slavic? Because did Slavic come first and then placed into slavery, then called slave?
All right.
Or was it slave?
Someone give her a dictionary, please. Give her a dictionary. My job here is to get you the thing. Give her the dictionary. Allow her to answer the question for herself. The dictionary will tell you what came first. Look in the dictionary, look up slave, look in the brackets. That's the answer to your question. I just showed you how to answer your question. I didn't give you the answer. I'll show you how to answer your question.
Originally it says
Originally means what? What does originally mean? Stop there. Stop.
Yeah,
No.
I know. I'm saying originally it
I want you to
has
stop.
S-C-L-A.
All right, I want you to stop. I don't want you to stop there. Analyze. Let's talk about what the word original means. What does original mean?
The origins of something.
So what came first?
S-C-L-A-V-E, slave.
All right.
Adjective.
S-C-L-A-V-E.
A-V-E. Latin-wise, it was sclavis, C-L-A-V-U-S.
C-L-A,
That's
V-
medieval
yes.
Latin, C-L-A-V-U-S.
All right.
And late Greek, I don't even know what that says, but later forms into slaved.
All
Slave.
right.
So the question again still remains, slave or slave is the original word, and then we named a group of people Slavics.
No, all right, let me.
I'm associating Slavic with slave.
Yes, please do. All right, please do. I want you to read the etymology and also the entry-level meaning.
Okay.
All right.
Slave. This is the American Heritage Dictionary
Let's work with this.
of the English language, 1969.
Yes.
Slave. Entry-level definition, number 1. One bound in servitude to a person or household as an instrument of labor. The etymology in the brackets is Middle English Slav, from Old French Islav, slave, from medieval Latin, Slavis, from Slavs, Slav. Parentheses, the Slavs were reduced to slavery by conquest.
Vice Provide, that's the answer to your question.
The Slavs were reduced to slavery.
Yes.
So the Slavs came first as a group of people. That's what I want to get.
That's the etymology of the word gives you the origin. Etymology means real, true history. Origin.
So those slave names that you just put forward are also going to say the same thing.
These are slave names.
Right.
These are some slave names.
All right.
Pedigree.
It's a pedigree.
All right.
See, we're, and I understand, we're locked in. We're locked in to the distorted, colorful meaning.
Transfer meanings.
All right? We're locked into that. And I understand that. That's why I'm here. No problem. I'll help you with that. That's why I'm here. So I'm giving you skills so that you can get to the essence of the word. You always start from the essence. That's your foundation. Then you say, well, slaves, a group of people who's conquered. Well, that's not the meaning of the word, because the brackets tell me this. That's a pedigree of people.
Exactly.
So this first entry level meaning contradicts, because you Moors have been conquered. Does that make them slaves?
No.
See?
No more.
Because we're locked into, and it's going to take some time, but you need some instructions. And that's why I'm here. All right. You have a question? You had a question? Yes.
Is it okay to read the definition of S-L-A-V?
Yes.
Slav.
Yes, please.
And this is the Webster 1861.
Yes.
This is in the bracket. This is only what's in the bracket. It says a word originally meaning intelligible and used to contrast the people so called with foreigners who spoke languages unintelligible to the Slavs, akin to Slav. This is still in the bracket.
Slavs.
Of a race of people occupying a large part of Eastern and Northern Europe, including the Russians, Bulgarians, Romanians, Croats, Slavs, Poles.
So how specific that is?
Czechs, Wends, Sorbs. This is also in the brackets, written also S-L-A-V-E and S-C-L-A-V.
Yes. Different variations.
And Moravians are included in that. Moravians and Wends or Slovenes are included.
Slovenes, different variations. Slovene. Different variation of the same word. Slovene.
Slovenes, I guess.
Yes.
And they have
Serb.
Moravian.
The word serve. This Different, I want to show you.
Servo, croats.
Serve, like service.
Yeah.
Serve me. All right. Serve. All right. Serve and serve. Surf. Surfboard. Surfboard.
That's how we get service.
Surfboard. Slav. Serve. Serve. And surf.
Service.
All have the same meaning. I want you to think now. I want you to think. How has the meaning of serve or service acquired that meaning that you use today? Do you see?
Introduction, that was introduced.
Do you see how it was introduced? You see the entry-level meaning for a slave, the first entry-level meaning? Doesn't that relate to serve, service?
Yeah.
What do those who are conquered do?
Serve.
Whom? Whom do they serve?
Those who conquer.
Or serve.
See, I'm showing you
Stop using the word serve.
Mother Nature. Islam.
Does the meaning of the word slave change depending on if you're using it in a noun sense or adjective? And
Can one of my etymology students answer this question? Can one of my etymology students among this group answer this question?
No.
He said, no. Can the meaning of the word change? Can an etymology of the word change?
No. Subject matter, no.
Never.
No matter how you use it.
Truth remains the truth.
Right, no matter how you use it.
You can't change the original meaning of a word. What you can do is layer it, layer it, layer it, layer it. But the mother, you can't diss the mother and then say the children, and then give legitimacy to the children. You have to connect the children with the mother. Or does the children or the distorted meaning relate to the mother meaning? The mother. I want you to substitute the word etymology for the word mother. Does that help you? Does that help you better? Mother, etymology / mother, meaning of the word. Does that help you? Yes.
My name is Ronald Chase.
Yes.
Ronald Chase. Is Chase my slave name? I would answer. Can I answer?
Yes, please. Come on.
I mean.
All right, you can answer. I just wanted to be on tape, but go ahead.
It is misunderstood.
Thank you, Sister Mika.
It is misunderstood that we have slave. Rather, it is misunderstood that the last names that was placed upon us is slave names.
Yes, yes.
That's a misunderstanding. The name that was put upon me was Chase. Chase is not a slave name. It belongs to the French people. It's a surname for the French. It's a French name. It's not a slave name.
Yes.
Is that not
That's correct? That's what's called a Germanic family name. More specifically, you have Germanic tribes. And the Franks, the Franks is a Germanic tribe. So that generally it's a Germanic family name. The tribe is the Franks. So French name. It's not a slave name. You can't make it a slave name. Your belief can't change truth. Your opinion can't change truth. Chase is not a slave name. You're being technical, Brother Bey. You're dealing with semantics. No, I'm dealing with truth. Don't come with me with that dealing with semantic stuff when you don't even know what semantics is. I'm teaching semantics now. That's those who, not y'all, speaking generally. All right? To my
So then it's all right to keep those names that we call it?
No, did you miss it? Come on, please.
No, I'm not missing what you said.
No, I want you to say, I apologize. I want you to ask that question. Please ask your question. Please, I apologize. Ask your question.
I understand exactly what you're saying.
Ask your question.
So the question then
Ask your question.
is it then a distinction between a free national name or spiritual, or reaching your spiritual name, and is it all right then to use what we have been labeling as European names or slave names?
Can someone answer that for me, please?
Yeah,
Please.
I,
Tell her what I'm saying and answer that, please.
no, it is not all right to continue to use the surnames of the dramatic people, whether it's Smith, Jackson, Jones, Hornbuckle, Huxtable, because those are surnames of different pedigree nations from Europe.
Got it.
So by using those names, it denote ownership or property of the Chases, the Browns, the Jones, the Harrisons. So we are to give them back and proclaim our surnames, which is Il, Bey, Ali, Day, Al. And those are the names of the ancient Moabites and Canaanites. So we have to give those back, along with Ronald, along with Sharon, along with Karen, and
So
what have you.
what you're saying, Uncle, is that you're making a distinction that's fine, but you're saying these are what slave names actually
Yes,
are.
I'm giving you
That's
examples.
right. That's what I'm
Of what a slave name, these are examples
of what slave names really are, not what we've been saying they are. This is what
Yes,
they are.
all right. And I'm going to, so we have, did you write these down? All right, let me, I'm not going to erase this. I'm not going to erase this, but I need to, all right, these are examples, and Brother Raheem gave us some examples of Germanic. These are examples of Germanic family names. And the Germanic family names are broken down to tribes. The Franks. All right? The Vandals. The Dutch. Scottish. Those are Germanic tribes. So you have Scottish family names. The Scottish family names, you have M-A-C, which means son of. MacDonald. All right? MacGyver. Those are the son of Donald. That's the son of. This is Irish. The Mick is Irish. Mac is Scottish. O'Neill. That's Irish. The O means son of. Son of Neil. It's the first name. Son of Neil. These are Germanic family names. Taylor, Tyler, Brockington, Smith, Jones, Johnson are Germanic family names. They are not slave names. I know where our people are. But we can't, if we want to be free, if we want to rise, we got to go to the original meaning of words. We got to go to this essence and teach. I'm giving you methods on teaching. Just teach the people. Teach the people. I'm giving you skills and showing you how to teach the people. You now have a lesson. You can use this lesson. Give examples of slave names and Germanic family names. You show them in a dictionary. You're teaching.
Right. So now when you talk.
Excuse me, Brother Nature has had his hand up. I mean, I did see your hand. I did see your hand.
Can you just clear up? What is the part of speech also deceptive along with the definition? I just would like you to clear that up.
All right. Slave is a noun.
No, I'm not really dealing with the word slave. That's clear.
Right.
Just the parts of speech. Has that been also deceptively applied in the dictionary?
Yes, give that example. More specifically, you deal with service. A serve. All right, serve. All right, this is what he's talking about, serve. You look at the dictionary. All right, what we would do, we would look at the entry level meaning. See, we are etymology students, right? So etymology students do what? All right, so etymology students already know that this is a noun. And etymology students will already know that this has been given a distorted and deceptive meaning. See, that's what you... All right, serve. All right, I'm going to serve you today some fish. All right? Etymologically, that's incorrect. Etymologically, I said, that's incorrect. Why? Because it's a noun. It's a pedigree of people. I know we use serve. I know that we say, I'm going to serve you a meal. What I'm doing is teaching you the etymology of the word. If we want to rule again, we got to think like this. We got to think like this. We got to be here if we want to. I'm talking about rulership. I'm not just talking about good information, that Brother Bay, you know, he was... No. This is rulership knowledge. What we're doing is changing the atmosphere, the social atmosphere of the people by raising their vibration, bringing them up to that level, to a living perpendicular. And this is how you can do it. So I'm teaching you. So we already know where the people are, and we know that they may wrestle, all right? But if you know how to teach it, you can do it. You can do it. All right? And you never go off the etymology. That's the word serve is a pedigree of people. The word surf, surfboard. Surfboard, that's improper. Surfboard, that is colorable. Because surf is a pedigree of people. And by saying surfboard, you're degrading them. Yes.
So the prophet said,
no, this brother had a question.
Yeah, so the prophet said stop using names that delude with slavery. He's really saying stop using names that belong to other pedigree.
Yes.
Delude.
Delude is the key word.
So we know. Yes.
I'm sorry, go ahead. No, go ahead. Brother White Hill, you had a question?
No, I was just coming back off.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. So to properly, like you said, rulership. So to properly clear up this deceptive meaning, it seems like it will be in the language itself.
What will be in the language? The deceptive meaning? Of course, that's what we're talking about.
Yes. So it seems like I said, correct me if I'm wrong, it seems like the language itself is corrupt, not just the way it's being applied. Because you use words to build up a sentence.
Yes.
And if the words, the way the words is being used automatically is deceptive, that means you can't make a statement. It's because of the language itself.
All right, let me give it, all right, let me, all right, here we go. Let me give it, let's talk, let me give you a sentence. The slaves were conquered by the Russians. I just gave you a sentence. The slaves were conquered by the Russians. That's a sentence. That's a proper sentence. Etymologically is correct. The slaves were conquered by the Russians. I am going to purchase a surfboard. And only reason why we use that because we call this thing, all right, a surfboard. Meaning that we didn't come up with that. That distorted meaning is not what we came up with. You were given that distorted meaning. You didn't just say, you didn't decide to call it a surfboard. That's right. Did you decide to call it a surfboard? No. You know. Did you decide to call that a surfboard? All right. Why did you call it a surfboard? Talk to me. Why do you call it a surfboard?
I call it that because it was taught to me. It's like a Christmas tree. I was taught that was a.
That's what I'm getting at.
It's just evergreen.
The distorted meanings were taught, and I'm showing you by teaching you dictionary skills how how it's placed in the entry-level meaning. That's how. It's not a surfboard. That brother's crazy. I am not crazy. I know what millions of people call it. I know what millions of people call it. Millions! I know that. Because millions of people call it that doesn't make it that. Come on, fam. Come on, because millions of people call it that doesn't make it a surfboard.
Teach that truth, brother.
Come on. Truth never changes. If we want to rise, we got to rise. We got to teach this. My co-worker, my European co-worker, a year ago I taught him the proper meaning, use, and application of the term free white person. He still continues to call himself white. Every time he does it, I correct him. All right? One day he said to me, Abdullah, what you're talking about, the legal meaning of the word is different from the social meaning.
Yeah.
All right? I said to him, I know that 99.9% of the people in this school, including teachers and staff, and I have taught a few, so I'm saying 99, maybe 99.7% will call you a white person. I know that. I know that there's millions will call you a white person. I know that. All right. I put a Federal Reserve note, in fact, I put a 5 note on the floor. And I said, I know that every student in the school will walk by and call this a $5 bill. I know that. Because they call it a $5 bill doesn't make it a $5 bill. So you're talking about millions of people who have been interjected into the falsehood, the lie, the distorted, the deceptive, the colorful, misrepresented meaning of words. You don't judge what you're going to present. Take your time. Make sure that people are getting it. They understand where you're coming from. Because if you can get this foundation, you can build, believe me.
Yeah, because I didn't get this last time.
All right? Last time I dealt with the prefix, suffix, vocabulary building. And this is, we're dealing with vocabulary too. Vocabulary building, we get into the essence. All right? Someone has, serve, please. Serve.
Serve.
Serve. S-E-R-V-E.
Okay.
Yes, you ready? Yes, we're gonna go. We have about 5 different dictionaries, and we're utilizing all of them. All right, 5. Yes.
American Heritage Dictionary of the English Language, 1969. Serve. S-E-R-V-E. Number 1, to work for.
We read the brackets again.
Okay. The etymology.
Yes.
Middle English, servant, from Old French, severe, from Latin, servere, from service, slave. See service independent.
See, slave. See how they relate the word serve to the word slave. You already know what the word slave means.
Yeah.
And your V, your L, and your R are called liquids. L and R are called liquids. We're dealing with phonology and morphology. L and R are liquids. Your V are related, so here's your L and your R. All right, here's your V here. Here's your V and your F. They're called, your V and your F are called lip sounds. You use your lips to produce these letters, so they're related there. So your V transliterates to an F. F, vice versa, your F transliterates to a V. That's called transliteration or transcription of letters. Example, hell, Helios, and Solus. The H in Greek transliterates to a letter S in Latin. Both words mean sun. Hell, it means sun. Go to hell. Well, it means sun. All right, let me go to the sun. Well, that's what you just told me. Well, that's not what I meant. We understand that. We understand. We understand. We understand that. You understand? All right. You meant a place. Well, hell means sun. That's you win. Hell means sun. That's what it means. Now, what other meaning you gonna give me? Oh, you gonna give me the distorted meaning? Oh, yeah, that's right. Go ahead. Yeah, I understand. Yeah. Give me the distorted meaning. I know, but remember that's the meaning that those who have conquered us was in the dictionary.
Are people comfortable with that?
Come on.
Are people comfortable with that?
What more do they know?
Yeah.
Exactly. There we go. What more do they know? That's all. That's their reference point. What you're doing, what I'm doing, is teaching you to give them the proper reference point. They have a distorted reference point. We understand that. All right. But if you have the proper tools in which to teach them, you can do it. That's all I'm doing. That's all. And I want you to question me, please. Any?
I have servitude.
Servitude.
I mean serf. S-E-R-F.
Yes, please.
Brackets.
Yes.
Etymology, Old French, from Latin, service, slave.
What? It's slave again. See how you studying now? See, look up serve and serve and serf. Slave. Slavics. These are slave names. Please write these down. We have some examples of slave names. All right. How many minutes we have left on that?
I have another Slavic name here.
4 minutes.
On the Serb, one of the Slavic people of the Balkans,
Balkans.
B-A-L-K-A-N-S is another pedigree that you can add to that.
All right.
How you spell it?
How you spell it?
B-A-L.
B-A-L.
K-A-N-S.
K-A-N-S. All right. See, that's how we using this. And all it is a matter of confidence. I know where you are, believe me. It's a matter of confidence. Being comfortable with it. All right? You're wondering, man, how am I going to teach this? You know? Well, I'm showing you how to do it.
Oh, no,
I mean, I'm giving you lessons in which you can develop.
No, Abdullah, Balkans is the actual place.
Yeah, place, yeah, Balkans, yes. All right.
I got a question.
Yes, question.
So, those that people that would refer to themselves as Slavs,
yes,
when they see the definition of their pedigree being used in reference to forced servitude, they're looking at the world as in confusion, because they're referring to their pedigree and associating that act with them, when in actuality is not.
They're actually associating with other people who have been conquered.
Right.
You know, we Moors conquered. You know, it doesn't mean, slave does not mean a people who conquered. We already know how acquired that meaning. It's all in the dictionary. When it's Slavic, slave, Russian, conquered, slave. All right? So that's what's called a transfer of meaning. The word slave went through a transfer of meaning. The word meat went through a restriction. All right? We're gonna take a about 5-minute break so we can change the tape. All right?